What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue, and what I'll be doing today is we're going to be hooking up some chicken wings in our pressure cooker and finishing it off in our oven. Now, this was a recipe that was kind of suggested about 5 or 6 months ago, and I really haven't had a chance to get to it because I started a new career going from a mortgage banker to an over-the-road truck driver, so that's kind of limited my time. And I figured, you know what? I came home, had some frozen wings, so let's knock this out now. Now, I did a little bit of research on this since this is my first time doing it, so we're both gonna see kind of how this works out. Now, one thing I do know is you're gonna need a certain amount of water to get our pressure cooker pressurized. So what we're gonna do is add about 3/4 of a cup of water to our pressure cooker. Now, I'm gonna be adding our chicken. We're gonna have this rack in here. We're gonna add our water in and our chicken on top of this. Now, my chicken is completely frozen. Before we get into adding this to our pressure cooker, our flavors are going to be pretty simple. What I'm going to be using is a Honey Chipotle Seasoning from a company called Sweet Smoky Joe. Listen, these guys have some good seasoning. If you're looking for some unique seasonings, link's going to be in the description below. Run by there, see what they got. Real affordable prices. Got to tell you that. We're going to be glazing our chicken with this apple jelly. And this is a simple jelly that you could buy at Walmart. Run by there and get you some of this. What we're going to be doing with this is adding it to some of our liquid that we have remaining when we're done cooking our chicken. I heard this recipe was kind of simple. All we need to do is add our chicken to our pressure cooker. And I know that most of you guys have Instant Pots. This is going to work pretty similar. All these pressure cookers are about the same, even if they don't have that Instant Pot brand name on them. I have a 4-pound bag of chicken. We're going to add it frozen to our pressure cooker, and I'm going to add about 2 pounds to this. Or half the bag. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to put our lid on. And I might need to walk around here real quick. Going to add our lid, lock it down. And if you have an Instant Pot or any other of these pressure cookers that have different settings, we're going to hit our poultry setting. And start, or it should automatically start. Once it's done with this 30 minutes, we're gonna take it out, season it, get it on our pan, and get it in our oven. So our timer's just gone off. I'm gonna let it decompress on its own. Once it's done decompressing, we're gonna get it in our bowl and season it up. And that's gonna be our next step before we get it in the oven. So we've had a chance to let our wings cook. The pressure cooker's decompressed under its own power without rapid releasing. Now what I'm going to do is pull these chicken wings out, and they are fully cooked. We're just going to get them in a bowl and let them cool down before we add our seasoning. Part of the reason I'm going to let them cool down is obviously it's easier to handle them when they're cooler, but it'll also allow the chicken to firm back up a little bit. Now we have about double the liquid that we had in there earlier, so we have about 1.5 cups of liquid in there. Off camera, just so you know what I'm going to do, is I'm going to drain off about half of that. And then we're going to add our apple jelly, which is going to be our glaze. So I wanted to add this apple jelly in before this pressure cooker cooled down, so we're going to do that now. The chicken wings are still a little bit too hot to handle by hand, so we'll get to those in a little bit, but this should kind of turn into a nice little glaze here. Okay, got all that jelly in there. Gonna get our lid back on. And just let it thicken up naturally. Took a look at that jelly sauce that I'd made with the jelly mixed in with a little bit of that liquid, and it just wasn't reducing and getting as thick as I wanted. So I took our pressure cooker, put it on the saute function just to kind of cook out some of that moisture, so hopefully it'll thicken up. And if it doesn't, you know, we'll make some other adjustments down the road. As of now, I'm going to take our Sweet Smoky Joe Honey Chipotle chicken seasoning. Well, it's not just a chicken seasoning, it's an all-purpose seasoning, but we're going to hit our chicken wings. And these have had a chance to sit for about 15 minutes, so they're cooled down and not too hot to the touch, so season them up. Excuse me. Get them on our sheet pan. And I already have my oven getting preheated at 350 degrees. And I figure with all the fat that's on this chicken, there's really no reason to add any more oil or anything like that. So this is just going to go in the oven as is. And we're going to cook them off until everything is browned up. So I went ahead and let these chicken wings cook at about 350 degrees until as much of that fat was rendered out as I wanted. The apple jelly that I put in with a little bit of that chicken liquid that was in there has made a nice glaze. Now what I'm going to do is throw in my chicken wings into this sauce. We're just going to give them a good toss. Make sure that they're fully coated. And this glaze, it's almost the consistency right now of maybe a thick syrup or a light honey. Okay, let's plate these up. Man, these look good. I'm gonna finish plating these up. We'll get into it and see what I think about this technique for chicken wings. So, time for the moment of truth. Let's get in. First thing I'm going to say is that sauce. Gotta try that. It really has a nice flavor. It kind of melded with some of that liquid that we cooked or that came from the wings when we cooked them in the pressure cooker. As far as the taste goes, taste is good. You know, the chicken doesn't quite have the same firm kind of a, you know, firm bite to it like you might have out of a chicken wing that was deep fried or even air fried. I think that the only time that I would use this technique is if I was in a rush and had to cook some chicken wings right away, because you could almost cook these chicken wings just as fast if they're already thawed out, either deep fried in the oven or even the air fryer. So it was nice to change things up a bit, but I think I'll stick with my other techniques, like I said, unless I'm in a rush and all I have is frozen chicken wings. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.